Hi folks, it's Gecko, and today I'm bringing you my July wrap-up. How was it, August? Not very many books, but I finished some things, which I finished one I'm very happy about finishing. So that's good. Right, I tried to do my wrap-ups in order that I read them. So I finished this on the 1st of July because I was using the audiobook, and I love this series. This is Betrayed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. It's the second House of Night novel about a girl called Zoe who finds herself chosen to be a vampire by the goddess Nyx, and she has to move to a new school and adjust to her new life. And this is a sequel, so I will not spoil anything. It was in the first one. Next, I reread again Six of Crows. I should say these were the two rereads of the month. This is the first book in the Six of Crows duology, the fourth Grisha book. You can see I'm a bit of a fan. There's my body Grisha up there behind the Destiny Soraya book. So yeah, the only one I haven't got currently is Cookie Kingdom because I lent it to a friend. And King of Scars is in my room because I'm currently reading it. So this is 6 people are tasked with an impossible heist, and this is their journey on the heist. And it's really good, and it's definitely one of my favourite books ever. I'm going to have to pile these somewhere else because that pile's getting a little bit tall. Because I don't put books away, as you can see with all the gaps in the shelves that you can see. Next, I read a book from my library. Actually, the rest of these books are from the library, which is good. I read Our Subway Baby by Peter Mercurio, which is a very nice children's book. It tells the true story of this boy and how he was adopted by his dad after one of them found him on a subway platform in New York. It's a very good book. It was illustrated by Leo Espinosa, and I think his illustrations are fantastic, as you can see. I opened the same one twice, but yeah, you can kind of see the story. And it was written to the child. The child is now 21, but I believe he's 21. But this is the story he was told growing up as to why his 2 dads have him. And it was a really, really cute story. Now, next, it finally happened. I finished Royal Assassin. I loved this book. I gave all of these books 5 stars, by the way. I loved every single one of them. This book, I genuinely love this series. I have the first one here. I talk about this one a lot because I keep talking about this one. The third one is on my TBR. It's just up there. And I will be hoping to start it soon. And hopefully I'll finish it before Christmas because this took me quite a while to read because I was having reading slumps. But so worth it. If you're thinking about checking out the Alderling series and you want to, you know, dive in, this is one of the shortest books. It's the first one, so definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. The next 2 books, again from the library. This I read in about 3 hours. It's really good. This is called Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Boy by Manuel Acho, and he's a former NFL player, which is National Football League for American football, and he wrote this book after he made a series of videos talking about uncomfortable conversations people want to have, and this is the children's one. I will be reading the adult one if my library has it, or when I can get around to buying them, because I want a copy of this. This book is genuinely brilliant. And it starts a conversation that we very clearly need to be having. So, it's very good. It's the only non-fiction book I read this month, which is great. I don't normally read non-fiction. And the last book I read was one of my favourite books I've ever read, I think. This was so wholesome and whimsical and wonderful, and I wanted to read it for a while, and that is The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill, and it's another children's graphic novel, but this is more of a graphic novel than a picture book. This is for slightly older children, and it's about these there's a McGonagall. It's about these two girls, well, mainly about her. Her name is Greta, and she finds a tea dragon, so she takes it back to where it belongs, and she is invited to learn the art of making tea from tea dragons. And this whole book is just the story of her first interactions. It's a very short book, but and my favourite thing at the back is it has extracts from the Tea Dragon Handbook. It's a centuries-old tradition in this world, but most people have forgotten. My absolute favourite thing is this bit at the back. It tells you the 8 different types of tea dragons you can have, and I want all of them in plushie form, and it gives you an idea of how to care for them and stuff. And I genuinely thought it was one of the most adorable things I've ever read. Which is great. Did you read anything this month, Mark? No? She's gonna sit on my desk and be annoying. So, usually I'll do a wrap up and a TBR video separately, but because I didn't read a lot, my TBR is exactly the same. The only book that isn't up there that I want to read is Truthwitch, and that is because I started reading it yesterday. I went for my second COVID vaccine, and while they make you wait for 15 minutes after you've had it, I started reading Truthwitch. And so far, I'm obviously only 3 chapters in, not a lot's actually happened, but from what I can tell, this is definitely something I'm going to enjoy. And it's annoying that I had it since 2017 and I've only just picked it out. McGonagall's very happy. Are you happy, Mog? Oh dear. Can you not? Can you not? She's just making my entire desk about her. Which is a good thing, I'm not actually talking about these books. My goal is to read all of these. Some of these have been on my TBR since April or March, which is really bad. But having started Truthwitch, I think I'm gonna get through that one. That's 500 pages. I think it'll probably take me a couple of days. I'm still reading it, and still not very far through, but I'm powering through it. And I have DNF'd War and Peace because, quite frankly, I hate it. I wanted to read it to say I've read one of the biggest books ever written, and it's just not good. I could be spending my time doing a lot better things, and I think that's what's put me in a reading slump for a few months, just knowing that I have to read this awful book. So that's fun. But yes, this is it. This is my July wrap up. Books, I'm gonna put them the way they should be rather than the order I read them. Oh, no, that goes to the bottom. That's actually slightly bigger. But yes, these are the all fours now. These are the books I read this month. I really love reading picture books and graphic novels that I didn't read as a child, especially because they didn't exist when I was a child, so it's nice to, you know, see things you've missed out on, especially the queer fiction, because there wasn't any when I was a child, so for me it's a pretty big deal. are you doing? Thanks, McGonagall. You just knock all my books over, don't you? At least now my desk's clear. Trying to pick things up is quite difficult sometimes when your fingers don't work. Anyway, they're gonna do whatever it is they do, and yeah. Have you read anything this month? Let me know. Please don't come at me for reading children's books. They're quite fun. And especially when you're reading chunky fantasy books, it's quite nice. I mean, this is probably the smallest fantasy ever. And these are, yeah, this is just shy of 400 pages. Whereas these two, this is 495 pages, and this is what, 648? Yeah. So yeah, that's quite a big chunk of fantasy I had. And then this, which is quite a heavy book as well. And I don't like light fantasy. I mean, I'm not suggesting that House of Night is particularly dark, but it's not light, airy. It's not The Littlest Elf. So with my darkness and heavy stuff, I also like to have some cute whimsical stuff as well. This is just a cute story. I read the article, the New York Times article, and I forgot there was a book, and I saw it on my library, and I was like, need. So yeah, that was my oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, hopefully next month goes slightly better. Hopefully I finish Truthwitch, or this month rather. Hopefully I get through a couple of these. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you had a better reading month, or you will have a better reading month, and I'll see you later. Bye!